All right, this is the #1 YouTube video that I've done on this channel. My name is Derek D. Guajardo, and I am an author and I'm a success coach, and I am grateful to begin in this time. And as we step in today, the topic of today's video is 3 reasons I'm returning to the social media world. And I think anytime you step into this topic, I think there's a fear of somebody going, "We didn't even know you were gone," and of course, I think nobody wants that experience in any part of life. Whether you're going to a school and then you're sick for a while, and we didn't know you were missing, or you're part of a church and then you don't go for a while, and then people go, "Oh, I didn't even know you weren't coming anymore." Those aren't great signs if people are saying, "Hey, we didn't notice you were gone." So wherever you're at in that spectrum, I'm excited to hop back in and add value. And today I just wanted to share about 3 reasons I'm returning back to the social media space after my hibernation away from the social media world. Number 1 is because of digital mentorship. Being a digital mentor is significant, and it's one of those things. It was 8 years ago. A young man messaged me on Instagram, and he was asking for my advice. He was going through a breakup, and he shared with me that he was a 7th grader in middle school, and he was having a really difficult time, and he noticed that I was a coach, and it wasn't as though my Instagram was popping or doing amazing. I mean, I simply, it was on Instagram, and it was noted that I was a life coach. So he reached out to ask for some advice and feedback and how I navigate those areas of life when you're going through a big breakup. So naturally, you never know who the other person on the site actually is when you're receiving a direct message, but you still want to add value, help, support, and serve with any way that you can. So when he was sharing with that, I just share with him, more from a divine perspective or a Christian perspective, that a big lesson I've learned as I went through heartbreaking ends to relationships was learning to put my trust and confidence in God and not in people. People disappoint me, but God doesn't. And there's a confidence, a security, and even a swag that you get from walking with God that you don't get anywhere else. So if you can learn to get your confidence from that prayer life or from that study of the scripture, I was just sharing with him with that, just giving him that insight. He told me he was from that Christian perspective, so we had that commonality. I shared that, and then a few years go by, and not just a few years, but about 8 years go by, and this young man who was in 7th grade had graduated high school, had joined the military, and he's reaching back out to me just to let me know that the words I offered to him when he was in 7th grade played a significant factor in his ability to move forward through that difficult time in his life. During that time, he had some very dark thoughts. He was being bullied at school, and again, he went through that very difficult breakup. But he said with me that those words that I shared with him have always stayed with him. Then we began talking on the phone, and then getting some learning about what he was currently going through. And again, if it all works out right, my wife and I, we'll fly him into town this summer. We'll get a chance to spend some time with him because he was in Georgia, and I'm still here in San Antonio, Texas. So what does this have to do with returning to social media? So it's fascinating what happens when you simply show up to help people, to serve, to add value, to encourage, to motivate, to help them move in the direction that they want to go. And then the number of people you help, you just don't even realize. I didn't realize a 7th grader was keeping up with my Instagram, even though, again, it wasn't as though I was popping on Instagram. I didn't have many followers. It's not like I had a lot of engagement. I mean, if a post had 5 or 10 likes, then that was sufficient. But it was just showing up. He simply saw my name in some search, and that's the reason he reached out to me. And he's sharing with me just the impact of some encouraging words that were shared 8 years ago via social media. So that's the number 1 reason to come back and to play that role. I think it's fun to be in my job. I'm in my dream job. I'm in my passion. I get to write books, and I get to help people one-on-one, small groups, and give speeches. It's a blast for me. Yet to be able to add value free of charge on an ongoing basis is something that means a lot to me. And again, at the end of this video, I share with you a little bit of my strategy of how often I plan to be over doing these live streams on YouTube and even some over on Facebook as well. So if you stay with me to the end, you'll get that information as well. Number 2, I'm returning to social media to collaborate. Collaboration is probably one of my favorite things in life right now. And since when I was on social media, specifically over on Instagram, I've been able to collaborate with attorneys in Florida, Germany, Massachusetts, California, and beyond. And it's been such a special time collaborating, podcasting, interviewing, coaching, and then even doing a new business venture. Well, one of my friends, Ashley Lakin, she's over in California doing her thing, doing a phenomenal job as an attorney, yet she's also stepping into the motivational speaking world, and that's my world, and we're able to collaborate and create this product that you all will hear, I'm sure, moving forward. But to be able to collaborate with her is so special. And if I wasn't on Instagram, she wasn't on Instagram, I think we probably would never have met each other. But because we were both on Instagram for a period of time, we were able to connect, and now we're doing this business partnership, which is very, very exciting, all because of social media. So social media does give us the unique opportunity to be able to collaborate and connect with each other, even with people who you think, oh, like, surely, what is this attorney in California doing partnering with me? I'm a coach over here an author in San Antonio. Like, what are we doing working together? Well, social media gave us that opportunity, the avenue to be able to connect and work with each other, be motivated, and then to really aim to equip each other to add value to other people. So a lot more information on that, but the concept is to manifest, thrive in other people's lives. So the first reason was digital mentorship. Number 2 is collaboration. And also with number 2, I want to mention one of the attorneys I met here in San Antonio because of Facebook and Instagram, and it's Claudia Gallant. She's become a great friend. We had her do an immigration workshop here at one of the buildings that I oversee that my mom owns. She did an immigration workshop to add value to the community. She invited me to go over to the other lawyers event in town. But that workshop here in San Antonio wouldn't even have happened if we hadn't met over Facebook or Instagram. And then I wouldn't have even been in the room with the attorneys over in December at their end of year party if it wasn't for Facebook and Instagram. So this has a unique opportunity to help people collaborate. If you can show that you're a genuine person, really trying to help people add value and make a positive impact. So we got 1, 2, and reason number 3, my final reason, is to face my fears. Because I've been away from the social media space for a little bit, I've been writing my 3rd book, and I'm trying to get my 2nd book out as well. We're doing those product launches while also doing this little church leadership of this small church on the south side of San Antonio, where there's a lot going on in my world, right? And with all that's going on, I'm very comfortable on stage speaking to people. I'm comfortable writing my books. I'm comfortable one-on-one podcasting, interviewing people. Yet I found myself having quite a bit of anxiety and fear and worry about live streaming. And I've done live streaming before. I pulled up my phone, or I propped up the computer, and I've done things. But to actually do a setup and actually use some of these extra technology that I'm not really familiar with. I mean, I'm over here, I'm swapping out the cameras, yet that's unfamiliar to me. You know, I'm used to using both hands and walking the stage and connecting with people, looking eyeball to eyeball, but now, you know, it's on camera. And one of my hands is over here swapping out the cameras and pressing the button to have my name pop up. Or if I want to populate a little bit of background about who I am and maybe even what is my ethos and how I break down. I'm somebody who holds onto the scriptures, best-selling self-help books, mentors, masterminds, but also my insight and experience. Anyway, all that to say, I can become very comfortable with a few things, but then fears can grow when it comes to live streaming. So part of this is for me that I want to be somebody who faces my fears head on. It's important for me to help other people to do that, but it's also important for me to understand, oh, that's a fear. That's a hesitation. It makes me want to hesitate and pause and perfect it a little bit more before I come on. But to get a chance to step into this arena and see if I can grow a YouTube channel. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, this is the very first video of this channel. I literally have 0 subscribers. So yes, if you can subscribe, it would mean a lot. But I'm looking forward to adding value to you here on YouTube and making an impact. And I promised that at the end of this video, I would share a little bit about the structure moving forward and how we'll be doing these live streams. What we'll be doing is 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. The plan would be to do a 15-minute live stream here on YouTube from about 9:30 to 10 Central Standard Time. And if you're following over on Facebook will do it between 9 and 9:30. But we're planning that 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. And then maybe I think Sunday's going to be this 8 p.m. one. But it's a little bit the structure and the strategy and the vision of what we'll be doing in the live stream space. So that's today's video, which is 3 reasons I'm returning to the social media world. Thank you so much for watching the video. And remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell. And if you want to go the extra mile in supporting what we're doing here on YouTube and in the community, you partner with us over on Patreon on MaximumThrive.com. And we have $5 tiers, $10 tiers, and on to add value to your journey to help you thrive holistically. Thank you very much, and we'll see you on the next video.